Alright, hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions playthrough. Happy not Bando Stone. Happy Jubilee Day. We're going to be playing Jubilee's Precon against Klaw. I'm not going to go over Klaw stuff because we all know Klaw very well. But I do have for the mod set added in, we do have in Arcade, which is the mod set that comes with Jubilee. And then after the playthrough, we'll kind of go over some of her cards if they didn't come up during the playthrough, and then some of the extra cards that came with her set. Really, the only doubles that we got from her were X-Gene. So everything else is new, with the exception of the Power of Justice, which is just new artwork, which we finally got an X-Men artwork for. So anyway, let's get into it. Jubilation Lee, 3 recovery, 6 hand size, 9 hit points. Mall Rat is search your deck for Shopping Spree side scheme and put it into play, limit once per phase. Then we have Jubilee here. She's 1/1/2, exhaust to generate a wild resource. She's got 5 hand size on that side. Alright, so we've got Defense Network in for... we need to put 3 threat on there. So we have Defense Network in, and then we'll flip this and then bring in a minion. Comes with guard. Alright, so let's see what we got here. So Firecracker is interesting. Disguise. Wolverine. Wolverine's too soon. X-Gene. X-Gene could come in handy. Disguise. Do we want to do Disguise? Firecracker would be nice to get rid of the armed guard. I don't want Disguise yet. Maybe X-Gene. And Wolverine's too chunky right now, so we're going to put that away. So we'll draw up. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to activate her ability to search for Shopping Spree, which it's this right here. So Shopping Spree, Alter Ego, it says this threat cannot be removed from this scheme by heroes or allies. As an Alter Ego action, exhaust your identity to remove 1 threat from here. Any player may trigger this ability. After when defeated, the player who defeated the side scheme searches their deck and discard pile for an item card and puts it into play. So this comes into play for free. 2 threat. Okay, so cell phone. So that's let's see, 1 charge. Choose a basic player. The player makes a basic attack or thwart. Okay, multi-talented. If you paid with this at least 1 thing. I want to get Firecracker off. I don't know though, because yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna flip. We're gonna use Jubilee to hit and take the tough off. We're gonna discard Plasmoid Energy for Firecracker. So Plasmoid Energy is just a 2 different resource costs. It's a double with 2 different resources. Deal 4 damage to an enemy. If you paid with that using 2 different resource types, stun that enemy. So we're gonna take him out. He's defeated. Then we are gonna do multi-talented. So we're gonna discard everything else for multi-talented. This says is as a hero action, if you paid this event using at least 1 of all of these, you deal 2 damage to an enemy, remove 2 threat from a scheme, or heal 2 damage. And we did all 3. We're not needing to heal, but we're going to move 2 threat from heal and deal 2 damage to him. That'll at least put the board state a little bit under control. And then we're going to end our go. I think... There we go. Okay. So threat will get added. Each going to attack for 0 plus 3. So we're going to take 3 damage. Encounter card. Arm guard. Ugh. These toughs are annoying as heck. Okay, so we have her coat. That may be worth getting out. So we are going to... Let's spend Plasmoid for her coat. So Jubilee's coat. Jubilee gets +1 thwart, and then after Jubilee plays a thwart event, exhaust Jubilee's coat and choose a scheme. Remove 1 threat from that scheme for each different resource type used to play that event. So we're going to go ahead and thwart and get rid of this. So this is just gone. We're going to flip. And then I think I'm gonna discard X Gene for X Gene. So we all know this. Play if only play if you have a mutant trait, which we do. Exhaust X Gene to generate a wild resource for identity specific event. We have this Generation X, which really won't come in play now, so we're just going to discard it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do all player side schemes go to your discard or go to your victory pile only if they have victory? New card type player side scheme. Each of the player side schemes in this product has an X victory. Wait, this one doesn't though. Each of the player side schemes in this product has a victory X keyword. So these schemes are placed in the victory display when defeated. But this doesn't have that. So does this go in your discard pile? Has this been ruled on? Hold on, let me double check. Okay, so what I can tell, I think it goes to your discard pile because it doesn't have the victory keyword. So I'm going to play it that way. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I think it goes to your discard pile. Okay, so we flipped down. We've added threat to the main scheme. Or let's exhaust this. He's going to scheme for 2. They're just 2. After this activates, put a counter on pursued by the past. And then he schemes for none. 2. We have an encounter card here. Klaw's Vengeance. Alter Ego. Discard 1 card at random from your hand. Okay. Oh, well, that's not really what I wanted to get rid of, but you know what? It is what it is. Oh, there's another one. Okay. That's fine. So I need to get rid of this somehow. I can use Disguise, and then we can bring something in, and then we can start thwarting stuff. But I kind of want to attack. We're going to discard Cell Phone for Disguise. So exhaust Disguise and your identity to remove 2 threat from a scheme. So let's do that. We're going to exhaust this and exhaust Jubilee to remove this. This gets discarded, which means search your deck and discard pile. So when this happens, the player who defeated this can search their deck for an item card and put it into play. So the item card we're going to get is her glasses, which I guess the only other item we would have. We don't really need it, but I'm going to grab it back for as a... Oh, it has to be in my deck. Never mind. So we have Jubilee's sunglasses are going to come into play. She gets +1 attack. After you play an attack event, exhaust Jubilee's sunglasses to choose an enemy and deal 1 damage to that enemy for each different resource type used to play that event. Okay, so this is in play. We're going to flip. Do we do 3 steps ahead? Or do I want to stay back and just let that pop off? Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. So we're going to discard these 2 and keep the Power of Justice. Okay, so threat will be added. He's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4. This moves on. We're just going to let it go. Discard cards till a minion has been discarded. Okay, Weapons Runner. This flips. And then Weapons Runner is going to scheme for 1. Encounter card. Drawing near. Discard an identity... Okay, it says after your turn begins, discard the top card of your deck and place 1 pursuit counter on Pursued by the Past for each printed resource on the card. And then as an alter ego action, discard an identity-specific card from your hand to discard this card. Okay, so our turn's going to end. After your turn begins, discard that. This gets added. An identity-specific card. Well, we don't really have that many options. We're going to discard the Flash of Lights. This gets discarded. Oh yeah, we're unexhausted. I do need a heal. I have no really way of attacking anybody. So we're going to heal. Wait, do I want to do that? Because I can remove a threat all day. I can't really do... I can confuse people. But I can't really do a lot of attacking. So we're going to flip. We're going to attack with Jubilee on Weapons Runner, so he's gone. We are going to, because she's 2 because of her glasses, we're going to discard Unlikely Duo and 3 steps ahead for Flash of Lights. We're going to move 3 threat from a scheme. We paid with 2 different resources, confuse an enemy. So Klaw is confused. And then I guess I didn't have to discard this. I could exhaust X-Gene for it instead. But I just have all this thwarting stuff. It says 2 different resource types, so does that mean... Oh, it has to be... Hold on. I have to do this, because I don't think that'll count. I will discard this, that's fine. Okay, we're going to end our go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, threat will get added. He's going to attack for 2 or 0. Oh my gosh, 4. And then he's going to attack for 1, so we're going to take that hit. And we have the Immortal Klaw. Oh, great. He gets 10 hit points. Ugh. Okay. That's annoying. And we have 3 threat on there. We'll just get rid of it right now. Okay, we're going to exhaust X-Gene and discard Cell Phone for Flashing Lights. Those are our 2 different resources. We're going to move 3 threat from here. And then we're going to exhaust her coat to remove the threat from here. We're going to have Jubilee attack the armed guard to get rid of the tough. We're going to flip. And we're going to end our turn. I'm going to discard Sync. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, threat will get added. He will scheme but cannot. He will scheme but doesn't do anything. Encounter card, Weapons Runner, awesome. Surge, Dark Designs. When revealed, place 1 pursuit counter on here by suicide, then the villain schemes. Okay. So the villain's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. This is great. There we go. Okay. So what are we going to do here? We've got to heal. I could do some multi-talented and get rid of some people when we flip over. And for multi-talented, I would discard this and this. Nope, I need a yellow. So Chamber's gone. If I do multi-talented for that, and that'll remove 2 threat, that'll do 2 damage, which will take out Weapons Runner and heal myself for 2, which will put me at 6. Then maybe we can use it to take out the armed guard, because that'll be another 3 damage for an icon for her coat. So let's do that. We'll flip. We're going to play multi-talented. So if you paid with at least one of these different things, deal 2 damage to an enemy, so he's defeated. Remove 2 threat from a scheme, that's gone. Heal 2 damage to your identity. We're going to go up to 6. Then we're going to exhaust the coat after you play a thwart event. I guess I can do both of these, right? After you play a thwart event, exhaust Jubilee's coat to choose a scheme, remove threat for each resource type you spent. We spent 3. And then after you play an attack event, because this is both, deal 1 damage to an enemy for each different resource icon, so that's gone. Okay, feels a little bit better. And then we're going to end our go, and I'm going to discard both of those. We're going to draw up. Okay. Oh, grand finale. Okay, maybe we can do something this round. Okay, so we're going to add threat to the main scheme. He's going to attack. There's 2 cards here. It's going to do 5 damage. Lovely. Oh my goodness. And then an encounter card. It's going to be Sonic Manipulation. Take 2 damage and... Okay. Well, that sucks. Because I'm dead. Man, that's hard. She's like, I don't know what you do with her. Well, that was not great. So let's look at some of her cards, because we've lost, and I don't know how we were coming back from that. So, Husk is a new character. When Husk uses a basic power, spend up to 3 resources. If you spend at least 1 of each of these, you can do something. So that's +1 to the power that she uses, heal, and then ready her after use, which is great. Then we've got so that's one of the new characters. Let's see, we've got Chamber, which we didn't really get to see. Takes -1 damage after he attacks a confused enemy, 1 consequential, which is nice. Sync, the other ally, when you use a basic power, exhaust Sync to get +1 for that power usage. So that's nice because you don't have to you can basically you're proxying the attack and defense without putting the consequential by exhausting her. So that's kind of nice. Her signature ally is Wolverine, so 1/3, 4 health, has piercing, and then after you change to alter ego, heal 3 damage from Wolverine. So that's kind of cool. Grand Finale, deal 2 damage to an enemy for each resource type spent. Used to pay for this card. Choose an enemy and deal 2 damage to it. So basically, I think the way you would utilize this in its most efficient possible way within her kit exclusively, you would deal 2 damage and then use 3 different resources. So that's 8 damage, and then exhaust her sunglasses, do another 3 damage. That's 11 for 3, which is actually pretty insane. We have Blinding Flash, so choose X enemies, where X is the number of different resource icons used to pay for that event, and stun and confuse each of the chosen enemies. Yeah, I feel like her cards are expensive. Like, this pre-con deck is expensive. So Disguise, so straight up, using a copy of Disguise, and so the 3 copies of this are just holding us back here. The 3 Disguises and 3 X-Genes, because obviously we don't need them all. Her cards are fine, but all her events are 3. So I guess you just use like X-Gene and the double, or X-Gene and Jubilee's ability. But it's like Waylay so this Waylay event, which is probably good, but it's like this wants you to, after you've thwarted, deal 4 damage. So you need to be able to afford this, which is, I guess you spend the 2 on these, play in a thwart event, and then play your cards for this. So like that's what you're doing. Cell Phone, exhaust Cell Phone to remove a charge counter from here and choose a player. That player makes a basic attack or thwart with a character they control. That character gets +1 attack or +1 and +1 thwart for the use. So you're like forcing the thwart, which is fine, but then it's like, so I guess you could like Cell Phone to thwart for 3 if you have Jubilee's coat, and then play Waylay and actually pay stuff. So I guess that's what you would do. I guess that's maybe what you need to do. 3 steps ahead. So like, and then we just have a lot of thwart events. So like disguise, not events, but like Disguises thwart event. 3 steps ahead. There's 3 of those, and then there's her 3. She's got what is it? 3 of the Flash of Lights. Just a lot of thwart events. I don't know. I don't think these pre-con decks do a really good job, but I'm also not very good at the game. So that could be part of it, but I don't know. Let's see. What other cards do we have from her that we really didn't get to see? We have a new player side scheme, which is Generation X. Each X-Men character gets +1 thwart while making a basic thwart against this scheme. When defeated, each player may search their deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and shuffle it into their deck. This gets removed when the thing, gets removed. I do think it's interesting that Shopping Spree goes back into your discard pile. So obviously you can use Shopping Spree to get the 2 parts here. I don't know how many other item cards there are, so we have to look into that and see where that's going to come in handy. I guess, so Cell Phone and Disguise are items, so you could always like recur those, especially if you have multiple cell phones. Because like she's not doing, the thing that makes this difficult is that I think you don't really want a basic attack with her or basic thwart with her. So I guess Cell Phone is there that in case you need to, you can and it'll boost it. But in general, it seems like you're using her to get her resource generation. Kind of like how Miss Marvel's used to recur her event cards. It just doesn't seem like it makes a lot of sense. Multi-talented is great too, except for the fact it costs 3 and it's expensive. So like these events are expensive. So I don't know. I didn't do a really good job with this, obviously. So let me know what you guys think of the pre-constructed deck for Jubilee. I'll be more excited to play with her in a different, even if it's Justice, to use a different, setup. And I think Aggression would even work really well because she cares about events. So if you just can use events to pop damage, like just to do damage, you can just do a lot of damage with her coat. So I just think that would be kind of where I would lean more towards using her. Because you're going to get Firecracker off and get the stun off likely with it quite a bit. Blinding Flash is the only one I'm kind of so-so on, because unless you have a bunch of enemies, it's not that... I mean, it's just... And like, all the newer villains and stuff are stunned. They're like, they've got steady or stalwart. So it's like, is that really going to do a lot? I don't know. Anyway, I'm still excited to play with her and see how she works, but I'd like to know what you guys think of Jubilee. Oh, let's get into some of the other stuff. So, Arcade. I just want to see Arcade for a moment, because he had 3 boost icons. He's 2/2. Arcade cannot take damage while trapped side schemes in play. When revealed, discard cards from the top of the counter deck until that is annoying. And then her... Oops. Her... Nemesis is Nanny, so toughness, has 4 health. After Nanny attacks you, if you control 1 or more allies, search the encounter deck and discard pile for a set aside area for 1 copy of Lost Child and reveal it. So there's 2 copies of Lost Child. So treat the attached ally as a regressed minion and play with a blank text box. Attached minion scheme is equal to the printed thwart, and it does not take consequential damage. When revealed, attach to the ally with the highest cost without Lost Child attached. Attached ally engage with the controller. Otherwise, gain surge. Okay. Then Battle Suit. Attached to the minion with the fewest remaining hit points. Otherwise, this card gains surge. It gets 3 hit points, gains aerial. And then we have Naughty Child. When revealed, place 1 threat here for each different resource type of card in your hand. So... Okay, well, we'll see. Anyway, that's going to be it. I'm going to play around with Jubilee and see what kind of things are available for her on Marvel CDB. But that's going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you. Oh, one more thing. Golly. It's like Lord of the Rings. Every time you think the movie's going to end, it doesn't. We have another unlikely duo. We get 3 copies of Mutant Mayhem. So as Alliance, hero action, choose an X-Force ally and an X-Men ally and return them to the owner's hands. Those players play those allies ignoring their resource costs. So choose an X-Force ally and an X-Men ally and return them to the owner's hands. Those players play those allies ignoring their resource costs. Is this to replay those cards? And you basically can heal them, right? Because you're basically replaying them with no resource cost, and then you're just... So if any of them have like a win played from your hand effect, like Beak, then that would be nice. And then the other one is Serve and Protect. When Hero Interrupt, when any amount of threat would be placed on the main scheme, exhaust an X-Force character and an X-Men character to prevent that threat and give those characters tough status cards. That's kind of nice. It's nice to see these Alliance cards back for X-Men, because we had them for Guardians and for Avengers. So, all right, that's going to be it. Now, finally, for sure, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.